You're watching Television Productions. You're watching Connect Four.
Alright guys, we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, Marvel movies.
Marvel.
I am a huge Marvel fan. Ultimately, you cannot argue the fact that Marvel is killing it when it comes to the movies.
Oh my God, yes they
DC
are.
has not even come close.
Because they care about their properties. They want the audience to connect with the character. They know what the character stands for and they stick with that. But now you know more about the comic books.
And I
You've
have
read
to-
a lot more of them than I have.
And I have to say, they definitely made a ton of changes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe from the comic books. And I'm not one to, I don't like changes.
But the changes make them more relatable.
Totally. And that's what I was going to say. All the changes that Marvel, and I'm saying Disney Marvel, I won't have to say that soon because Fox is being bought by Disney, which is so awesome. Whole nother topic.
Sony's still out there?
Sony still out there. Yeah, and the changes Marvel has made were all in service of the story. So like, an example. Ultron was originally made by Hank Pym. And for all you fans of Ant-Man, Hank Pym was the original Ant-Man, played by Michael Douglas. So in the comic book, Hank Pym made Ultron. It didn't make sense for Hank Pym to make Ultron because at this point in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the only technological genius that we've been introduced
Was
to
Tony
was
Stark
Tony
at that
Stark.
time,
That
yeah.
would have known how to do something like that. It doesn't matter who created Ultron. Infinity War.
Yeah.
Amazing. It is the
The
Empire
Empire
Strikes
Strikes
Back
Back
of Marvel movies.
Yeah.
The bad guy won.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I didn't know what to expect or what I thought was going to happen because it's a two-parter. But I really didn't think the bad guy would just win.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't know what to expect from the movie really at all. I never read Infinity War, and I was glad to not have because I wanted to see it in all its glory. The biggest thing, like, I loved the Hulk's story arc and watching him and learning like
He comes out
what he's
strong
doing.
as hell for a couple seconds. Gets 2, maybe 3 good hits, and then after that,
Oh yeah,
Thanos
just whooped him.
he was
Eh.
boxing like.
Yeah.
I have now watched that scene somewhere in the double digits, but enough that I had it down where I was counting the hits. and like, you know where the last hit was. The last hit, he takes Hulk's face and puts it in his knee, and you see green blood. And then he picks him up, holds him over his head like a gladiator, like a champion, and fucking slams him down.
And Hulk has his own journey, which is cool that we just talked about, where, like, you know, he's an infant that's just throwing a temper tantrum, and then he's becoming more and more like aware and you know, like,
Yeah, and you
less-
saw that in Ragnarok. There was a lot of like,
Exactly.
he was
He's able
upset
to
that
speak.
people didn't like him on Earth, and it made him sad.
He's a toddler. He's unable to grasp his
So,
emotions.
in my
He's-
opinion,
he's-
he's still got a lot more arc to tell. I don't think that I think Mark Ruffalo will probably be signed to another 3 movies at least. Just like I think Thor. I think those two got a ways to go. I think Iron Man and Captain America are out. I think that the next movie will be the end. I'm pretty sure everyone else will get another, you know, at least 1 or 2.
Korg, is he alive or dead?
Who?
Korg and Meek,
They're alive.
are they alive?
Yeah.
Because they're
A
on
lot
the
of-
ship.
yeah, well, a lot of
and
people-
then Thanos
lot-
comes up and fucks everything up.
Korg and Meek are alive.
And where's
And Valkyrie?
Valkyrie, yeah.
They're
Where is
all
she?
alive. There were, what do you call those? Escape pods?
Yeah.
A lot of people escaped. A lot of people.
So there was no reason to kill any of them other than the people that were standing against him grabbing that stone. That was it. That was
So
it.
I'm
That
sure
was
it wasn't. They weren't trying to wipe out the Asgardians. That's not Thanos' gig.
And then there's the thought of, if you have the Reality Stone, why don't you just manipulate the universe and create more
Exactly.
stuff?
All right. So in
You
that
have the
sense,
Time
you're
Stone.
absolutely
Like,
you're
you know,
absolutely,
you find a-
listen. Look, don't go down that road.
Exactly. You can't.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing that I can't. There's a lot of things like that about the Star Wars thing that I can't let go, where it's like, it's this glaring
Okay.
thing that's looking you in the face and saying, fuck you, don't
Well,
think about me too much.
All right,
just,
listen.
Just,
There is
just
a
have
difference,
fun,
though. There's
asshole.
Yes and no. There is a difference when it comes to the stones. I mean, there are nerds smarter than us that could probably tell you maybe why this or that couldn't happen. Like maybe the universe does have to be in some sort of a balance. That if somebody took the reality stone and made this happen, there would be a repercussion on this. You know, like there has to be some sort of equilibrium or balance. So maybe your answer is simple as that. But for the sake of argument, and I'm with you.
Yeah, my problem with Star Wars isn't the fact that it's
stay
not
focused
it's
here.
not
What happened to the Asgardians?
Okay, the Asgardians.
That's easy. That's easy. It's a spaceship. There were escape pods. They're gone. Our core members, they will show up in the next Thor, and there will be another Thor. If you don't think so, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Like we said, it is the Empire Strikes Back of Marvel movies. It ends
in a dark place.
The bad guy wins. He got what he wanted.
Yeah, and they needed to do that. You know, and I loved Doctor Strange saying, it's the only way. The only way to defeat the bad ideology is give them what they want, because then they're going to see how misguided it is.
Well, I don't know if that may be it. That may be it. But you don't know.
You don't think so?
All I know is that he saw it. He said there was one way out of 14 million, whatever the hell it was.
Certainly.
So there's no way he would have given him the gem if that wasn't part of what he had seen.
No, yeah, this is the way.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, Loki's dead.
All right, that needs to be addressed. Look, I know you guys all love Tom Hiddleston,
You're right.
but he's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's gone.
He is not coming back. All right, and the other character, the only other character I can say for a fact is dead.
Heimdall's dead.
Yes, dead.
Physically dead. Anyone who didn't blow away in ash
Got him!
is dead.
Nailed it.
That's
Exactly.
anyone that wasn't a part of this is gone. But where does that leave Vision?
That is.
But that's a
great
different
question.
thing,
That is
because he's
totally
in Wakanda's system, and she was already working on it. So the ground, all that was laid out.
So, in my opinion, 50-50.
He's coming back.
All right, I'm
She's
with
bringing
you.
him back.
I'm not against it. I would agree that there is a clear path for Vision to come back.
Oh, most definitely.
Permanent. But what about Gamora? We didn't talk about that. And Dan says if Gamora doesn't stay dead, then it completely ruins the whole whatever. And I kind of understand what he's saying, but I'll tell you this:
She lives
in the Soul Stone. Sorry, Dan, she's alive. She didn't die. She's in the Soul Stone.
But his point isn't, you know,
I know. He's
but
saying you're
it's
taking
the
away from
integrity of the storyline, which,
But
ironically, integrity of the storyline, huh?
the only two Avengers who aren't dead, who are going to be, and this is just my opinion, it's my
Who
guess,
are going
my
to
theory,
be, you said?
they are going to be dead, and they're not right now.
Cap
and Iron Man.
and Iron Man.
I believe those two are going to die.
Okay.
If I had to choose one over the other, Cap's out.
Cap.
Iron Man could go on, but I know everybody thought in that scene on Titan, they're like, oh no, that's it. Robert Downey Jr. is out. They thought that was going to be it.
I was so about it too. I was like,
one
like
way to
I
go.
expected to see it, and they oh man, because everything on the internet leading up to Infinity Wars, everyone was talking about how both Cap and Iron Man are going to bite it. They're both going to bite it,
And neither one
and
will
everybody else has movie contracts, so they're going to continue on.
Well,
There
I knew
were
it's
the two people who actually were left. It
It's
was
a-
like, oh my god, both of them. There's some things that should remain.
Loki's dead. Heimdall's dead.
Yeah, it's got to have consequence. Actions have consequences. And we are talking about a universe with magic and
Reality stones. He adds a comic book.
but it's meant to say something larger.